Hello and a very warm welcome to Saurav Sir's classes. Today's tutorial will be on GMAT. Actually, we are going to focus on the quantitative section of this particular paper. So without wasting any further time, let's get started with the tutorial. So let me, before starting, at least brief you what we are going to do in today's section or today's tutorial. Now in today's tutorial, we will be provided with a particular question. Related to that question, we will be given two statements. We have to analyze the two statements given the question, and then we need to see whether both are possible, both are not possible, which one is sufficient, which one is not, and we need to comment. Okay, it's a little bit confusing, but let me start. As I start the video, it will become easier. So the question with which we are going to start today's tutorial is question number 12. The question says, in isosceles triangle marked as ABC, what is the value of angle C? Okay, now the first statement says that angle B is 47 degree, while in the second statement, they have mentioned the value for angle A. Okay. Now we have already been provided with this 4 quadrants. Okay. So let us analyze the statement one by one. So first we are going to analyze statement number 1. Okay. So statement 1 says that measure of angle B is 47 degrees. Okay. Now this alone is insufficient. Now you must be wondering, how can I straight away say this? Because let me give you the reason. Angle C could be the matching angle. Why I am calling it to be matching angle? Because remember, in the question it is given to be isosceles triangle. Okay, so it can be the matching angle of the isosceles triangle with angle B at 47 degrees, or it could be matched with angle A, which is at 66.5 degree, or it could be the non-matching angle, because only two angle matches and one doesn't. So it can be the non-matching angle, and this can be at 96 degree. Anything is possible. So that is why statement B, which is this alone, is not sufficient. Let us now move on to statement number 2. Now statement number 2 says, it gives the measure of angle A, which is 96 degrees. Okay. Now this alone is sufficient. Why I can say this? Because if angle A is 96 degree, then it cannot be one of the matching angles of the isosceles triangle, because two 96 degree angles actually cannot fit a triangle. Okay, and therefore we can say angle C must be one of the, so it must be one of the two 47 degree angles. So given this, we see that 2 alone is sufficient, whereas 1 alone is insufficient. So if we look at these options, 5 combinations that has been given, we can say clearly that B will be the appropriate option that should be picked with respect to question number 12, which we have answered. Now let us move on to the next question. Now the next question which we are going to answer is question number marked as 13. So let's do it. The question reads as, if the rectangular quadrant system shown in above, which is this, in which quadrant, if any, contains no points x comma y that satisfy the equation given by this. Okay, so it is not actually, it is at least it is actually different from the approach that we have undertaken in question number 12, but here also we need to analyze it. So let us do it. So for this, I'll insert a page and let's do this. Now the equation, we will first write, is given by 3x plus 5y is equal to minus 2. I'll draw the quadrants. This is 1, 2, 3 and 4. And given this, now let us analyze it. Now this equation actually describes a line that will cross, or it crosses, the x-axis. This is your x-axis, this is your y-axis at minus 2 by 3, and the same crosses the y-axis at minus 2 by 5. So what happens is that it actually never passes, because both are negative value, given this, it will never pass through first quadrant, because in the first quadrant we have the positive values of x as well as y. And if you want to verify it further, you can plug in these points. You can plug in points for each axis to verify. Okay, so this will be your homework. So if we go back to the question itself, then we can say that option number B, that actually denotes the first quadrant, will be the correct answer to this particular question. Now let us move on to question number 14. Now question number 14 says that if a copier makes 3 copies every 4 seconds, then continues at this rate. Okay, so speed is mentioned. Now how many minutes will it take to make him 9,000 copies? So let us do this. So at 3 copies every 4 seconds, the individual will finish the batch in 9,000 by 3 into 4 seconds. Or you can write this as into 4 seconds. This will actually become 1 2 followed by 3 0 seconds. So there are actually 60 seconds in a minute. So if you want the answer in minutes, because you require it in minutes, they have asked you, so it will be 12,000 by 60, and this will give you 200 minutes. And this exactly matches to option number D. So D will be the correct answer to this particular question. In our upcoming tutorials, we will actually solve the remaining part of the quantitative section of the GMAT paper. For the time being, I'll say that if you have any queries, you can call and WhatsApp us on this particular number. And thank you so much for watching.